What if I told you the very first number you see can completely control your decision, even if that number is totally random? Sounds crazy, right? But your brain does this all the time, without you even noticing. You think you're being logical. You think you're making smart choices. But in reality, something small is quietly pulling your judgment in one direction. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Imagine you're shopping online, just casually browsing with no intention to buy anything. Then suddenly, you see a product priced at $500. It feels expensive, but right next to it, there's another one for $300, and suddenly, it feels like a great deal. Even though $300 is still a lot of money, your brain says, that's cheaper. So you click buy, feeling like you just made a smart decision. But later, something feels off. Did you really need it? Or were you just comparing it to something bigger? This happens in stores, online, and even in conversations. We rarely judge things on their true value. Instead, we compare them to whatever we saw first. This is called the anchoring effect. Your brain grabs onto the first piece of information it sees, like an anchor, and everything after that gets judged based on that anchor. Even if the anchor makes no sense at all, it still shapes your thinking. Let's say someone asks you, is the population of a city more or less than 1 million? Then they ask you to guess the actual number. That 1 million sticks in your mind, and your guess will be influenced by it, without you realizing, even if it was completely random. This happens in salary negotiations too. The first number mentioned often sets the entire tone. A higher starting number can lead to a higher final deal, because your brain adjusts. Instead of starting fresh, it doesn't calculate, it compares. Now look at this chart. One number goes up, another looks smaller next to it, and suddenly your judgment starts to shift. Even if you don't fully understand the data, your brain is already comparing what it sees. You're not asking, what is this really worth? You're asking, how does this compare to that? That's why big original prices are so powerful. They create a reference point instantly, and the moment you see the lower price, it feels like you're winning, even if you're not. The scary part? You don't even notice it happening. You feel confident in your decision. But that confidence is built on a biased starting point. Marketers use this all the time. Was $200 now $99? Sounds like a steal, right? But what if it was never worth $200 in the first place? That original number becomes your reference. And suddenly, everything feels like a bargain, even when it's not. You're not choosing freely. You're being guided. But here's the moment everything changes. The moment you realize that first number isn't truth. It's just a suggestion. And you don't have to accept it. You can question it. Next time you see a price, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what would I think if I never saw that first number? Would this still feel like a good deal? Or am I just reacting to the anchor? That one question can change everything. Because awareness breaks the illusion. It gives you back control. You stop reacting and start thinking. And that's how better decisions are made. Not by avoiding influence, but by understanding it.